Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bros.
Welcome to the shows. How are you?
Yeah, this is a good day. Good day, right?
Probably one of the best days in the year for NFTs so far, I would say.
I would agree, sir. I think that we've had some incredible
way too
news.
Much good news. Yeah, there's just so much.
We've reached a consensus here.
So thanks everybody for tuning into the live stream. I appreciate it. Shout out to Meow Cats. How goes it? Hey, the Big Ben's doing some kind of NFT giveaway. I saw that. I retweeted it. Thanks for stopping
Hell
by.
Yeah.
Christopher, how goes it, bro?
Hey.
Appreciate everybody tuning in. What up, Anton? And we got Mansis. Appreciate it. My co-host, as always, is here with me, Nathan from Superworld. And we have our guest today, Bro Anders.
Yo.
Thanks for joining us, man. I figured we ended up having like a delay. My guest canceled. I had to reschedule, and I was like, "Yo, I should ask Anders if he's busy. Maybe he'll come on." And you're not too busy to come on, so I really appreciate that because I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about the MLB announcement that came out today. Kind of leaked earlier. We speculated for a couple days, and I think that may have been why they pushed out this formal information so quickly, was maybe because of that leak. But just drop that onto the audience a little bit. Let them know, like, what does this mean when MLB, Topps, and Wax get together?
Well, baseball goes to NFTs. That's what it means, to be honest. This is not Topps' first rodeo. They have, I think this is like the release 6 or 7 now, if we count all the Garbage Pail Kids releases. I haven't seen that they have said that they will try to do this in a physical way as well, like they did with the last Garbage Pail Kids, where they actually sold Wax NFTs if in physical stores, Target and
Walmart.
Walmart, yeah. If I remember correctly, was those two.
I went to like 100 of them, so yeah, it was definitely them.
Nobody noticed that Wax was the first one to hit mainstream adoption, and essentially out of all blockchains.
Yeah, and that is like, it is so exciting because we don't really know how everyone will take this, but for sure it's exciting. I mean, MLB is the world's biggest collectible series ever. So when they go blockchain, my guess is that this is gonna attract users, and Like I'm from Sweden, baseball is not even a thing here, but we all know about it. We all know about baseball cards. We all know about everything like this because it's a major part of the American culture.
Wait, but you don't like fucking play baseball in like your high school?
We do not play baseball. We do not watch baseball.
They don't eat apple pie. They don't interact.
Oh,
with
so that's what communists do. They don't
It's
play.
like-
I'm like, what?
What one thing though
So wait-
about this? What does this mean for NBA Top Shot?
Exactly.
Mm.
Time will
Because
tell,
I don't
right?
know if anybody, we haven't really, we're just digesting this, but the first thing that
I didn't
comes to
even
my
think of
mind,
that.
because I'm in the business of this stuff, like on a higher level, so I think about that first. I'm like, is this over for them? Are the copyrights, are the licensing agreements going to expire? And being, Topps owns a lot of that intellectual property anyway. So
Yeah, but there was a post somewhere that I think it was a Topps message that they own the digital license, but it doesn't include NFTs because that's something new. So
Right.
they have to update their licenses and make sure they apply for blockchain as well, which they have been working on since they launched the Garbage Pail Kids.
Okay.
It's just a slow process. They have to teach everyone what is blockchain. They have to teach them what is NFTs. They have to teach them that they live on forever. They have to teach them what people can do with NFTs. They have to make them understand that once you do this, they are live. People can do whatever they want with them. What does that mean? How can you protect your IP? All of these questions are things they want to have answered. That's why it takes so long time. And that's why Top started with Garbage Pail Kids, because they own them. They can do whatever they want. It's their brand.
That brings up an interesting
point.
question because I've had those sneaking suspicions that, just because Vivi has some digital agreements for IP and licensing, probably doesn't have that same agreement for NFTs, which, Vivi is not. They're just digital collectibles. I said the same thing. They're probably going to have to renegotiate with DC and have to let them know like exactly what NFTs are in order to use Batman as a real NFT moving forward. But, do you think that this could cause, issues, right? Like, like what if I wanted to sell one of my baseball cards, like a Babe Ruth, rookie card? If I take a picture of my Topps Babe Ruth rookie card and sell the NFT, and whoever buys the NFT gets the physical card, where would you think my store would get blacklisted?
I don't think you can legally do that,
Right.
because you're actually creating an asset for something that you do not own, because you're using the copyright of that asset. When you do that, you're not using that asset. You're not selling that asset. You're selling an NFT, which is a digital property.
So we won't
At
be
least
able
in
to see
Sweden, it is a
NFTs?
digital asset.
So we won't be able to
which-
see NFTs replace things like, eBay sales, right? Like how people are going to sell things on eBay that are physical, like a baseball
I
card.
think it can be done so that you can do a one-on-one of something that you are trading. I think like Wax did that before with World, and I think they can do that again. But I think it's a very shady place, especially if you create them and you start to earn on each trade. I don't know how that will go, because you perhaps can sell your card, but as soon as someone buys it, it should be theirs. I don't think that I don't know. It's a shady place, and I'm not a lawyer. I do not speak this language. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I would just like to speculate for the audience for the sake of like educated speculation, because a lot of the times people will speculate, but they don't really even have a clue what they're building that thought process on top of. So it's interesting to have somebody educated, just debate on,
because-
where it may or may not go.
I think like you can tokenize a pair of Nikes, but you have to be very careful how you present them and in what way. Like the title, the information, everything. I don't know. I would be very careful with doing things that I don't own.
So-
like this one that I sold. I have Garbage Pail Kids on them. I sent the message to Tobin and asked, "Is it okay if I mint one and sell one physical painting?" And he said, "Yes, as long as it is not a lot of them, as long as it is one physical, the NFT is just backed by this one, it is fine." That was one very early. I'm not sure he would agree to it today. Perhaps he would. I have no idea.
Yo, I want to bring something out. I know Nathan's trying to get a word in edgewise. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted
fine.
to jump in because, Anders brought up a great point there with having that, Garbage Pail Kids in his NFT that he sold with the backed by the physical. I got an NFT the other day from Wax Official. It's
Yeah.
fucking blacklisted. And
Yeah.
then I got another one, which is, fine. There's nothing. It's the same shit. I went to the IPFS, see why maybe they blacklisted this NFT.
Yeah, the Adam
and
bomb, right?
There may have been a brain fart in that NFT, even coming from Wax Official. I thought was interesting how that was handled. They just blacklisted the asset and reissued a mint. But I'm curious, accidents happen, and that as soon as I was like, that is an accident that would have happened to anybody else. They would have blacklisted the whole account, the whole store.
I think depending on how you react on it, I think you can look through the fingers. I mean, if it's a new guy, an anonymous guy that comes and does it, and if he doesn't remove them, and if he sold something and he doesn't repay those that bought it, if he don't remove all the assets he can and everything, that's a problem. I think the reaction is what we need to look at. If someone that owns an IP comes and say, "Hey, you're doing this," but in your response, "Yeah, I did a mistake. As soon as I could, I removed it. It's blacklisted. People can get it. I refunded everyone. I did not earn anything on it." Right. If you come and say, "Yeah, I removed it, but I earned $100,000 on it," you're in the deep there.
Yeah,
I think you can
motive and
come
intention
away.
are important in that scenario,
Exactly.
and then settlement too. I mean, there should be probably a precedent set on how to settle these things if somebody does make $100,000 off of something that's not their intellectual property.
And we have seen people made mistakes. They have used there was one guy that worked along a while on his collection, and he used Magic the Gathering's mana symbol, which is copyrighted. He cannot use that, but he claims he didn't know that, and that could be honest. He could change that in his images and everything, but instead he felt like everyone was against him and the world was against him, which is very sad. If it's an honest mistake, all you have to do is you just need to repay people that bought it from you, remove it, make sure that asset are gone, and then make new ones without the mana symbol. Make a new one, create one yourself, or pay someone to do it.
Yeah. No, you're right. What's interesting is I think that one of the most common mistakes that I've seen, average people make on Atomic Hub right now is throwing the trademarked Wax logo on their shit.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like my heart sinks for them immediately. I'm just like, I really hope you got permission, because I can zoom in and you didn't even erase the trademark at the top right of the Wax logo. You just downloaded it from Google and put it on top of your art, and I'm just like, that's gonna get you in trouble. Maybe not now, but eventually. And other people doing similar things, I minted an NFT today that I reached out to the artist and was like, "Yo, did you hand draw that? Is this gonna get me in trouble or whatever?" Because she drew the word goosebumps, but it was because she was using the sentence, in a word in a sentence. This will give you goosebumps. But she was using colorful words and she drew it in the that oozy type of style. And I was just like, "Hey, that's not a copied image or anything. You hand drew that? That's original?" Yeah. And I was like, "All right, cool." But as soon as I saw that, I was like, I wanted to investigate it myself, because I'm like, yo, if you just downloaded the Goosebumps logo and put that onto the art, we're in trouble. I can't mint this. And she's like, "No, it's hand drawn." I was like, all right, good. But yeah, I think about it when I see other people selling art recently that are using the Wax logo. I'm like, that's trademarked. You should probably reach out and get permission. Yeah, I don't trademark anything to do with myself for that reason alone. Is I kind of like people feeling like they have that freedom to legally experiment with my image, right? I don't know if I ever.
Yeah, but it's even if you take a screenshot of something in Minecraft, you should be very careful what you do with that, because they actually have the copyright for everything inside Minecraft.
So that brings up a good question then about Uplift and stuff with how they're kind of using Minecraft.
If you look at all of their NFTs, I don't think they use Minecraft inside any of them.
Yeah, the ones
They
where they're
say
like
it's
burning
a
down the man and
it's a key. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. The land, for example, it's a key to land. You don't actually buy land inside the server. You buy the key to access the land, and that is one way because you cannot sell land inside Minecraft.
but they were
You can-
selling the Burning Man. Like that was I could legally have, or not legally, I guess, but I could have in actuality have bought that NFT, and in their sense, I would have owned that statue inside the game.
Yeah, I think they say that it's a key to that piece of land.
Gotcha. Yeah, just that's the
Yeah,
terminology is important, and I'm not trying to. Yeah.
exactly.
I'm just saying, like,
Uh,
I think we need to look out for our friends that are doing things that are experimental because we don't
And
know.
they have lawyers that are
Yeah.
reading through everything they do, so I hope they are good there. Yeah.
So with the MLB stuff and NBA's Top Shot, do you think that Tops is going to be doing it in the same fashion? Are we going to see like active moments coming out of these? I want to bring the packs up, and I swear I'm going to let Nathan start to talk.
I'm chilling, dude.
These are
I have runner's
$5
high.
each, 50,000 packs. These are $100 each with 24,090 packs.
Yeah.
And it looks like you can reserve a free opening day NFT pack for the first.
Yeah, but
10,000
that's
wilds,
locked.
but-
Like you cannot get it anymore. It's out. Like as soon as they tweeted it, the 10,000 was gone.
Yeah, bots.
It went. Yeah, I don't
bots.
know. I mean, it's likely bots. I have no idea. But then again, MLB has a lot of lovers, and as soon as that hit, I'm sure that a lot of them was bots. I'm sure that a lot of people was duplicated. But I mean, 10,000 is not a lot of people.
So
That's not. I mean, look at how many people watch one baseball game.
And Alien World says over 90,000 users now. I mean,
they can sell like 100,000.
if 10% of them was on when this
MLB
was
game.
announced, they would have claimed it, right?
Are we gonna see like a Tops Planet where I can like mine on
Yes.
like Tops Planet in Alien Worlds and farm MLB NFTs?
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Like what I want to do is I want to take over planets. I'm running at 5 of the planets. But when I want Kavian, and what I want to do is I want to distribute the tokens into ecosystems that benefit everyone. Like send Trillium to Uplift World every day. So you go and play in Uplift World and you earn Trillium and Wax. I mean, or Clash Dome, they can get a small pot of Trillium and have Trillium profits for players as well. And all of these can be done if you get elected in a council and you have everyone in the council on your side. And like everyone benefits for having more activities that benefits everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Win-win situations.
Yeah, like at Superworld, we're implementing something called the Viper Protocol, and it's every action in the metaverse is compensated in some way or another because all of our actions contribute to the data that's being collected in some way or another too. So we should all be compensated for our actions. So yeah, totally. But honestly, I think some of what we're doing and stuff is going to lead to more like NFT mining, sort of in this like real world type, I guess, perceptive field. We're going to see it more in like reality based.
Yeah, you'll have to go to a conference in Texas to mine these NFTs for Alien Worlds or something, like physically be there.
There's a lot of things that are going to be used for like activation in specific locations for marketing.
Yeah, there's a really good anti-cheat in the game called Ingress. I feel like Anders, you probably know Ingress, right? Yeah. They have like one of the world's best anti-cheats for a augmented reality experience, gamified environment. It's so well, I believe Pokemon Go is licensing out all that tech to build Pokemon Go on top of what Ingress already built. So to see like something like what Nathan's talking about, and somebody go, "Oh, they're just going to cheat," I'm like, honestly, they've been building anti-cheat for the past decade for something just like what we're seeing, like Alien Worlds, Our Planet, Super World, all doing together. It's all kind of falling in line right now. So yeah, I definitely see that. Maybe I have to be in New York City, like Pokemon Go, to get a Mewtwo at the right time. Maybe I have to be in like New York City inside Super World to get an Alien Worlds, tool that's only obtainable by doing a physical thing to mine it in the real world.
Yeah, like one of a card shop wants to buy this NFT, and they want to attract users and visitors to their specific physical location. So you actually had to go to that physical location, and maybe it would be like a really, really good price, but you actually had to travel there to get it, and the potential of not getting it. So like we talked to all kind of different people in different scenarios, especially like collector-based fields. And there's so many activations that they want to use NFTs for,
Yeah, the usage of NFTs is endless. I mean, you can do anything and everything with it.
The Green Lantern's ring. It's the Green Lantern's ring. It's up to your imagination. Honestly, it's like
it is.
It's unlimited power as long as you have creative mind.
Yeah, and it'll be mass adopted power shortly. I mean, I think that's one of the more exciting things about MLB getting into this is because, or Topps rather.
I don't know if I want them to get in though, man. Can we touch on the fact that like, I feel like Anders may be able to touch on this with a sanity to it because I'm this is driving me insane. We're not ready for this level of mainstream adoption, right? Can we all agree that Atomic Hub is 100% not ready? Wax is itself. Wax is not ready, bro. I can't even use Atomic Hub right now. I can't even use Alien Worlds right now. The whole thing's like coming down like a house of cards, like Ethereum and CryptoKitties in 2017. And I am panicking inside this hoodie. Can we acknowledge the fact that this may not always be like a great thing? Because right now, it is damn near impossible to use Atomic Hub. I can't even make a claim link. I've been trying to give away NFTs since we started the fucking podcast. Not one claim link will actually show up for me to copy and paste into the chat. I can't get this. Anders, what's going to happen when MLB launches on 420, bro?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to work.
The thing for me is I have not yet digged into the technical aspects of why it's happening. I don't know which level, which layer on top of Wax that has the issues. I don't know if it's APIs. I don't know if it's peering. I don't know if it's actual forks. I mean, if a fork happens on Wax, the same transaction is going to be put into the next block. And if that is a fork, it goes to the next block and then it adjusts a queue. It has an automatic system. So if your transaction is pushed and everything is correct on the API that you use, it should go into a block. There should not be an issue. We have tested EOS.io before. We have reached about 8,000 transactions per second on testnets. So if we halve that, we say, hey, 4,000 transactions per second can be handled. That also depends on how many actions there are in each transaction. Like if you open 50 cards in one pack in one transaction, that is a lot of actions. You cannot do 4,000 of those per second. There will be less. But what happens then is it's a queue, it builds up, and I think most transactions have like an expiration rate of 30 seconds. So you should get like, in worst case scenario, you should only have to wait 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds because it should not be any problems. So right now, my guess is there is some other kind of problem, and I do not really know why.
So, I mean, if something were to happen to where a lot of users were interacting at the same time and all opening packs and doing these operations that, have a lot of interactions per second, maybe 8,000 actually isn't a lot. I mean, if you have just 8,000 users, just that alone.
Well, that's why I brought this up. Alien Worlds themselves broke 90,000 today.
But I mean, that's kind of my point. Is it's like we're getting to that point where it's good to start thinking about this stuff and addressing.
Yeah, and like in the Wax first white paper, they stated that they intended to use multiple blockchains with the same token.
Right.
So that's their plan from the start. Like, okay, we have one Wax ecosystem, but it's more tokens. All you need is just smooth bridges before them, and then Big dApps has their own side chain that, like, for a user, it will all be the same thing. It has to be the same thing, and that is totally possible. Just that things has to be built, and that has not been needed at all. I mean, the usage has had no issues. The issues we have seen before is infrastructure that was built and tested for a few hundred people, a few thousand people, and then suddenly there is like 10, 20, 30, 50 times as many people trying to do the same thing. And the test that was done before you can't really take them and look at what's happening now. So you have to do new tests, and then you have to configure things. Like what we have done is that we have set up a private network between a lot of the block producers. So our peering is not, we have public peering, but we also have private peering, which reduces the latency for our producers, which means that there will be less forks. The blocks reach each other faster. I mean, we have 6 seconds each producer to produce our 12 blocks. And then on the last block, you have to send that over to the next producer before it starts. Like we're talking milliseconds that everything has to happen. And if we have a producer that is based in Australia and one in the US, I mean, it's a long way for the transaction to reach. So then the network have to be optimized on how which producer order it is to optimize. And everything here is something that we are working on in the background. Like we started to work on this a while back, but everything takes a step. It takes a while to get everything working. And right now we like a lot of things has to be tested to see what is the actual bottleneck. For the user, it feels like Wax is not working, and we do not know if that is the case. My guess is that it's not the case, but it's some kind of middle layer that is the issue, like an API, or that someone updated the code somewhere that is struggling. They're relying on some kind of API. Like the last week, 2 weeks, we have been DDoSed on our public API every day. Someone is by intent trying to destroy the APIs on Wax.
Yeah, it's Ethereum fucking psychos, and we all know.
Same thing happened on EOS. DDoS attacks on all public APIs and peering started to happen. You can call it conspiracy, but it's someone that don't want it to be successful. Someone has their incentive not to see everything succeed.
And in their opinion, a lot of them are just playing the game because they're like, all right, if there's a weakness here, let me exploit it. This is overall good for the technology and the perpetuation of the tech because we're exposing a weakness that's going to force them to fix the weakness. And then the technology progresses to the next level.
Well, this is why I wanted to bring this up is when I saw the leak, I thought it was like an April Fool's joke or like, I thought maybe,
right?
I thought BitBoy had like the world's best idea to just like put that on his launch and use it as guerrilla marketing because the whole world was talking about MLB coming to Wax and it had BitBoy comics at the top. It was hilarious. And I was like,
that's nuts.
It was like, that's good marketing. That was genius. And I was like, I didn't take it serious. But when I saw this today, it made me, something about it actually bestowed a layer of confidence on me that I was like, okay, Wax and Atomic would have postponed this if they were aware of something that it wouldn't be able to handle. Like this, would it be wrong to consider this potentially that next test that you were talking about, Anders?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of steps that has to be tested. Right now, I'm actually testing just to use another API to see if that solves the problem, because apparently the one I use in Anchor had been reset. So as soon as I have tested that, I will actually know if the API that everyone is using is the wrong one, because that has some issues today.
Wow.
And that is as simple as it can be. They could just be like, even if they have set up everything good, it's very hard to prevent if you get thousands of like DDoS attacks at the same time, or multiple thousands. A lot of things will stop, and it's very hard to prevent everything.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of like layer of security could be built for preventions of DDoS attacks. It seems to be, one of those non-preventable, only something that you can do after the fact. Like there's no real preventative things that you can do. If there's somebody out there, the amount of money they're willing to spend will always be able to
Can you just
that.
try to create a link now, because it worked for me?
Oh my god, really? Let me try. Ready? Regenerate link. I'm regenerating one. If this doesn't work, I'll just try to create one from scratch. Usually regenerating a link is weird.
One thing that's interesting though, I mean,
It's saying please
I wouldn't get too
confirm on
confident.
your wallet, but nothing's happening.
I wouldn't get too
Cloud Wallet or
confident
Anchor,
because of
by
a
the way?
legacy
Cloud
company
Wallet.
entering, because they're not educated on this space typically.
Yeah, we're like live testing. This is
Yeah, and like my Anchor wallet had been reset to default to Gray Mass, and Gray Mass did not work. I changed to waxsweden.org, our API, and that worked fine.
Dude,
There's
I've
issue,
said
though.
that I've talked about something like this before, and I'm great. It's great to have you here for something like this. Is the level of yes, it says transaction failed. But let me go and see if it actually made it, and I didn't get the link to display. But like, yeah, it did make one. It just didn't display it. So it said transaction failed, but it did work. It did create a link. I just didn't get to see the claim link. Huh. What the fuck was I just saying?
You are confused.
You made me
It's
do
okay.
this. You made
It's
me.
your show. You can do whatever you want. Remember that always.
No, but anyone watching, what you need to do is you
I
need
was
to
gonna
use
say
Anchor
something.
Wallet
Oh,
because
updates. No, stop. I got my thought back.
Like, no, stop.
So the level of responsibility that is had, and the lack of communication when an update happens, like when Anchor Wallet gets an update, Atomic Hub and Wax and everybody, they need to know about that shit so they can update their shit to update with the other update in case something doesn't work. And there's no fucking communication right now when people are doing these, from the software layer to the blockchain layer to the API layers. Even the server layers aren't even, nobody's communicating across the interoperability chain that we're seeing. And I just think that, how far do you think we are from like industry standards? Like we see the companies and industries that use the internet. When Apple updates their iOS, they're letting all the developers know that have an iOS app say, hey, we're pushing out an update. This is what it's going to do. You might want to update your app before we update the software. And everybody's communicating. How far are we from, Wax and Atomic Hub and all these, things like communicating more? When we see Anchor Wallet do an update, it doesn't have a broken API in there. It's just
oh no, the API was not broken in Anchor. It's just probably
I know. I'm
overloaded.
just
And like we
lack of
have
a better explanation. I'm not a
Yeah.
dev.
not all dApps are not in this conversation, but all guilds are, and guilds are the block producers of Wax. We have private rooms on Telegram. We have private rooms on Keybase in case of Telegram goes down, which has happened before on EOS. When EOS mainnet had an issue, Telegram was down and block producers had a hard time communicating with each other. That is a big problem. Hey, we need to fix this issue, but our only source of communication is gone. So that's why we have two. So if something happens, there is an invite-only chat for all those that are in control of the infrastructure of the blockchain to make sure that it works. And I see right now there's like 40 messages is one of these groups. So I guess they are discussing the same thing we are. And usually the answer is usually very easy. It is an API, and for those that don't know what API is, that is just a way for you to, like, it is like a phone line. You say, hello, I want to do this, and then it says the message and then it responds like, yeah, okay, it's done. But if that line is broken, then you can't do it. Or if that, like, I love to use Black Friday as an example. If everyone used a cloud wallet, everyone wants to do something at the same time. Everyone is trying to walk through the same door at the same time.
Oh, I get it.
It won't work. It's no way that, like, at some point there will be a queue. At some point, some people will get before you inside the store and get the TV. You will not be getting in. You will be coming in the end, and you get the cable or whatever. And if you use Anchor Wallet or another wallet where you can change API, you can make sure that you use a store that no one else is using or very few people are using.
Or a different entrance, right? Yeah.
Exactly. A different entrance or
Absolutely.
a different store completely. I mean, for me, I know that I have 20 milliseconds to my API node. Of course, I'm going to use that because, like, I can't even make my fingers
It's more
sound
than
that
instant.
fast. I mean, it's my transaction is on the blockchain before I even can react to it. So if I use that and buy packs, of course I will be before everyone else. It just makes sense. But if I use the cloud wallet and I have to send my transaction to the United States, people will be there before me and I will have to stand back in the line.
Absolutely.
And then sometimes, like, our API got attacked and we had issues for a few hours because I had a hard time figuring everything out. And as soon as that was done, now we have very hard rate limiting because we get attacked daily right now.
I think people haven't realized that we're all a team, and that's maybe why the communication is bad. We have this thing where we're in competition with each other, and there's really no competition. We need to have more of an infinite mindset where we're just growing together exponentially, and we're all kind of perpetuating technology as a whole and just creating a better society together. So communication is necessary. People need to quit being so greedy and quit trying to kind of make their thing the best, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
We can
on
all
that
win.
note, there's multiple marketplaces now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not I am a fucking super fan of Atomic Hub, don't get me wrong, but now we have a few more marketplaces that I feel
Yeah.
like could help with a lot of this bandwidth, right? We have the NFT Hive and Wax Stash. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, collectibles.io. Shout out to the Simple Assets gang, Atomic Assets All Data. Woo, woo.
Ow.
What are your thoughts on these multiple marketplaces and are they safe? Because a lot of people when Wax Stash first came out, I didn't know like what they were. For all I knew, it was a way to just get my keys or something from logging in with like my anchor. I don't know. I was very skeptical. But obviously, they've built up a reputation. Their code is open source. People are auditing it and blah, blah, blah. But
the guy that built Waxstash, he came here for Garbage Pail Kids, and he fell in love with it. He's actually a lawyer, and he hey, I'm learning to code. I'm building a website. So he's actually a lawyer by trade, building that website, and he's doing everything by himself, which is very cool. And right now, if you go to waxstash.com, you will find a very beautiful, easy to look at website.
I'll bring it up.
There is things to optimize, but it is good. And what I don't like about Waxstash and NFT Hive is that I can't show them on stream because there is non-safe for work material in NFTs, and they do not filter them away.
Well, thanks for that heads up. I will not display that.
Like if you are not if you're unlucky, there will be some boobs on your screen, and that's not great for YouTube. Twitch and YouTube do not like that.
Yeah,
We
that's
all
the only
have
reason.
boobs.
That's actually why I can see. Yeah, I didn't even think that they didn't.
Everyone
have that.
has nipples, you guys.
I feel like
Relax.
that's just like common sense stuff with the Wax Stash. Just like whatever Atomic Hub's doing, steal their stuff.
Yeah,
that's true.
I
mean,
think
why not?
it's not that easy to find that information. I spoke to both NFT Hive and Waxstash about it because right now I want to use them, I want to show them, but I can't. It's impossible for me to showcase them live. And I thought that like the NS not safe for work table was something on the blockchain that they could just query and make sure they don't show the same collections. But I'm not sure it is. And I think it actually has to be added manually by Atomic Hub, which means that there is an issue for streamers like us to actually showcase those marketplaces because we do not always know what we will find.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Well, if you want to talk about spam, that just
I'd use the
inspired
bathroom.
me.
I'm back.
Go for it. I want to put in a request from the community. Is that okay? Live request from the community. All right. Can we just like completely ban alien worlds from newly created assets? No, I'm being like serious. Like, it's unnecessary, right? Can we all agree on this? Like, I used to look at that newly created assets like a live stream when I'm like doing things. And it's just alien worlds. Like, I love them, but I also want to see what other people are doing. And when I see something new pop up, there's not even a nanosecond in between it flashing and going away. Now I can't even find it again.
Yeah.
Just so
much. That they can filter that away if they want to. I see a question if they don't have firewalls to prevent DDoS attacks, and of course it is. But if 800 or 1500 IPs send one transaction and then one and then one and then one, that it's hard to prevent.
Yep. And then it becomes a biased environment. You may
and what they did now is they use these free cloud services that you can use for trial in Amazon and things like that, and they use those to attack. So it's hard. It's hard. There are ways to do it, and our infrastructure is upgraded for it, and everything is set. It wasn't needed on Wax before, so we were nice and we had very high rate limiting, but I had to change that.
How would they, if there's anything that, could be done, what is being done, right? Like, what is like that roadmap of infrastructure look like to fortify the environment more? Like, what can they do? Obviously, it's what they are doing. So, like, can you talk a little bit about like what that looks like?
Yeah, like one thing that is done is that EOS Rio, which is a Brazilian team, they actually mapped out all the producers and created the way that we should create like the order of producers for optimizing latency between everyone. How is the order to reduce that jump from Hong Kong to United States to Europe to United States again or whatever? It should be over in left side of the world and then move over to the right side or whatever if you look at the map, because that will reduce the latency, which will optimize for the capacity. And then like the pairing is how well we communicate between the servers together, make sure that everything is optimized, and everyone, like the skill level of all the teams are different.
Yeah, I could imagine.
They can maintain, but maintaining an infrastructure for a blockchain that is not used and one that is highly used it require very different kind of knowledge, very different kind of people. Everyone is helping each other. And there are a few teams that are really leading that way forward. Let's put it like that. Like I have a proxy that is called Wax Community on Wax, and I only vote for teams that I believe add value to the community, but they also have to add value to the back end of the world.
I see everybody in the chat like agreeing with my Alien Worlds newly assets. I'm like, I know, bro. I'm sorry I had to do it live.
Did I miss it?
I'm praying it happens because I miss the way it used to be. And I feel like any collection that creates asset at a specific rate like that probably should be throttled down or just completely gone from that newly minted assets Atomic Hubs part. Because bro, I used to live on this main page, just watching and watching, and I see something pop up, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna buy that. I like that. But yeah, it changed. It's definitely changed. Oh, I'm getting super chats for it. Thank you so much. I love you guys. You guys rock.
You're going to the desk.
I do want to ask a question while I take this bong rip, maybe.
Get this skull bong, bro. Do your weightlifting.
Yeah, that thing's heavy, dude. So with security in mind and all of these like levels of attacks and things, I recently noticed that there's about $8 million in our planet. 8 million. There's like 2 million assets. Bruh, how safe is this shit?
Bruh.
Like, like at a level of like where you're at of understanding, the more technical side of things. How safe is this seriously? Because I haven't heard anybody feel like talking about it. Nobody's talking about like vulnerabilities that are potential or securities that are there. Like nobody's talking about it at all. I figure before we hit $10 million, maybe we should start to talk about the positives, negatives, maybe the things that could go wrong or why things are so far haven't gone wrong. When we talk about, like levels of attacks that we've seen other, like Mount Gox, like shit, to me, this
is
like
my art safe?
It feels like a potential NFT Mount Gox environment. I'm curious, like from a secure point of view, like how safe does this look at a code level?
Yeah, we should probably ask someone that actually does smart contract coding for that to get the full level information there.
Well, I just figure your water cooler talk knowledge would be higher than mine.
Yeah, so
you're probably easier to understand than the coders.
Like that. Yeah, that's probably true as well. I mean, so one thing we can look at is the permissions of their account, and I don't even remember what the account name is for it. But like you can look and make sure that they have multi-sig set up for the owner keys, and that the keys being used for the staking and unstaking is just connected to one kind of action in the contract. So the servers that run the scripts or whatever they use, the keys there should not be one key that one user has the ability to do anything on that contract. They should have to use multiple team members for it. That is one thing, because if not, you just have to compromise one of the team members. Yeah. And I mean, you just kidnap when you reach 8 million, 10 million, 50 million, 20 million, the incentive to kidnap a family member goes up for people. But not only that, you can social engineer your way into someone that happened. Like they got a hold of the Twitter accounts. That was social engineering. They got access to the admin places, and they started to tweet Bitcoin. Like I don't know. They could use Trump's account, and they could tweet
Not
whatever they
anymore.
wanted.
He's
here.
banned.
Yeah, but like at that time, they could say, "Hey, we're gonna attack Russia," or "Russia is a piece of shit." And,
shit!
and that would create the
Yeah.
oh yeah, someone hacked it. Yeah, okay.
Imagine the Cold War with Twitter.
If they hacked, and that's the only thing they did. It's very hard to say, yeah, that was a hack. It could then create like a lot of issues, especially if they use it and build it up in like that could happen if everything is set up wrong.
Right.
The guys that has built the smart contract, Crypto Lions, they built simple assets, they built simple market, they built a lot of things on EOS. They was here from the start, like 6 months before EOS mainnet launched. They were part of the testnet. They have been here. They have showed, hey, we have been here for years. We are here to build things. They have built a lot of different tools. I mean, they built NFT protocols before NFTs was cool. They built the simple asset standard, which then Jonah and Fabian saw and say, hey, we see some issues here that can be better. So we're going to build our own standard. And that standard is what everyone uses now. And my biggest guess for that is because they use templates and they use collections, and they had an NFT creator used for people. Simple assets. They built everything. Hey, those that are going to use this are developers for games. So they focused on the back end people, and Atomic Hub and Atomic Market focused on the front end people, which was the success.
Yep.
As people started using that, then everyone requested that, and then every tool was built for that. Their API was built for users, for websites. Simple Asset didn't have such a powerful, good API. So all of the tools just was built there. And then everyone started using that. And it's more expensive to create the Simple Asset NFTs as well. But they built that from the start. So the team that built that together with Prospectors. So Prospectors is this game that also has been on EOS first and then on Wax. And that has been here for a long time. They have showed, hey, we released this, we update it, we continue to do things. The teams has a background that says, we have built contracts, we have built things on blockchain before. That adds trust.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there is a vulnerability in their contract. I have a hard time to understand that.
Well, you know what I got out of this? To me, it sounds like it's as safe to use our planet as it is to use the NFTs themselves. I mean, if they're the ones that, you know what I mean? It sounds like technologically, right? I don't know the people personally. For all I know, they could be like the world's best Dr. Evil with a 20-year-long like rug pull. Who knows? But they're from, building simple assets and a lot of the pioneering that they've done. I would assume that, the level of trust that I have, because I don't know how safe that if I was left to my own devices, I wouldn't be able to figure out why Wax NFTs are like not disappearing from my wallet because of invulnerabilities or whatever. It works. I use it. I know people are smart enough to, look at that and know, and they're the people that built our planet, right? So that my takeaway was it's probably as safe to use the assets themselves, to use a platform built by people that built the foundation of the assets themselves.
Yeah, and I mean, if you go into a car, or the first thing you think about, I wonder how safe it is someone dying in a car crash today? And yes, someone is dying in a car crash today. Does that mean that you should not go into a car? I don't know. Like, you should be aware of risk, and then you should assess, is it worth taking the car to my work today? Is it worth taking it to the store today? And if the answer is yes, then you do it. And the same thing I would approach with our planet is, okay, the teams that have built it, they have a history. They have built things before. Probably okay. Does it mean that it's 100% safe? No, it doesn't. Will I send my NFT that is worth $69 million to that? No, I would not do that. Will I send my NFT that is worth 10 cents or $10? Personally, I would do that. At some point, it's like, for my personal finances, is $100 a lot, $1,000 a lot, $10,000 a lot. That depends on who you are, where you are from. Perhaps $1 is a lot of money for you. Then you probably should not send that to our planet if you are afraid of losing $1. if you're fine with, yeah, this is likely gonna be safe and I will get something and it's fun, do it. Just like evaluate the risk and the reward
I
and
feel
how
that
that.
same way though about the assets themselves with NFT technology itself. If you're gonna buy an NFT and you can't afford to lose that money, like everything that this technology is built on right now, bro, it's all in beta. You know it, I know it.
Yeah.
You know, simple assets was the thing, and now it's atomic assets. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen in 5 years? And the technology that it's all built on, IPFS and things like that, could be attacked in ways that haven't been thought of yet because now there's new incentives, right? Game theory is about to really kick in the back end of things on this. And I'm waiting for the day everybody's NFT just has a giant Rickroll video playing on it because some super genius replaced every image on IPFS with a Rickroll video.
Yeah, that's very hard to do though.
Oh, I
If
know,
they could,
very
they
hard,
should.
but it could.
If they can, they should.
Nothing's
because they should.
impossible.
Yep.
These
The
weaknesses need to
IPFS
be brought
hash
to the
is
surface. and
generated
exposed.
by the exact bytes of that the asset. So
I
if you
keep
go
up with
into
China's quantum computing, Anders. Okay, Quantum's
nothing
a
is
game
impossible,
changer.
but I see it as
You can't
highly,
keep up with
highly, highly
quantum
unlikely.
You can't keep up. Fuck yeah, I got that. That was funny. No, China called out Google the other day, and they were like, "Yo, bro, we just solved
Yeah, dude.
we just
They're like,
solved a
"What's
quantum
up?"
problem." And half the time, you said you did it. So what's up? Like, quantum is. I mean, the incentive to get there isn't to build the next Bitcoin. It's to make quantum computing, to make Bitcoin obsolete. That's the real. That's how you kill Bitcoin. They're not going to Fed coin and all this or DDoSing Bitcoin or none of that. They're just going to make quantum computing and that's the real end goal. But that's where I'm saying is, obviously it's Star Trek tinfoil hat, but China works out that quantum computing wouldn't be too hard for them at that point to do something that methodical.
Dude, actions and services are the original currency. So it's like, if you figure out a way to do something better than everybody else,
What is
you
this?
just
A
game
claim
theory of
link?
society. You're
Oh,
king.
I got a claim link. Oh, I got to do this with Anchor. Hold on. Do you know how hard it is for me to log into wallets, Anders, on the fly?
I've seen it. It's awesome. I feel like you should do a video on that, like a time lapse of you just like logging into your shit because it is beautiful. It's awesome, dude.
Oh my god.
He has to use 9 cell phones to log into his
3. Stop exaggerating.
3 is still crazy.
But at least he's trying to
safe.
make it secure, right? So
Yeah, I'm
Well,
probably
I
too
have
fast.
to.
on
I
this.
have way too many people buying my NFTs for it not to be that secure. I mean, at least as secure as I can make it at the level.
That's
I
a good point, though. You just accidentally made an incredible point, which is
Okay.
if one of these protocols isn't at least as safe as you shouldn't
Oh,
trust.
you know what? We don't talk about this ever here on the show, Anders. To wrap things up, I feel like the last topic of conversation should be the fact that Atomic Hub doesn't just offer wax NFTs. we also fucks with the EOS NFTs, and that's what you sent me. It looks like over here was an
yeah,
EOS.
I did.
Ah.
And I also
Nation
dropped
Gods.
one in the YouTube chat, but I don't think I can share links in the YouTube chat. Usually I can't.
Oh, sorry about that. I have to make you accept fee. I have to 0.002 EOS. Oh, this is different.
Yeah, they have changed the resource model on EOS.
Transaction failed. Dude, I'm telling you, it must be my browser. Something must be wrong.
It says that you claimed the link. It says link.
No,
was
I claimed it
claimed.
fine.
So-
I was trying to create a new claim link with it, and then it failed again on me. I haven't been able to
I
make a
see.
claim link in 48 hours.
Oh, you must be dying.
Yeah, I am. I want to give away NFTs so bad.
Claim link withdrawal.
Yeah, I have giveaway withdrawal. It's
Yeah.
messing me up, man. I'm sorry.
What I will
chat.
do is I will drop that link in your.
Oh yeah, give it to me.
your
here.
You and
Telegram.
Mr. Beast are gonna be in like a
No,
support
no.
group
If
in a
you
year.
give me that link right here on Zoom, what I can
Yeah.
do is I can put it on a QR code in the bottom corner of the screen.
Nice.
So this way, bots can't really claim things. People that watch the live stream, they know when we're going to give something away, they have to have their phone out, and they actually have to have their TV on with the podcast running, and they scan the phone, scan the QR code with their phone from the TV. So,
Very nice.
It should update on the bottom right corner. Oh, you know what? Maybe not because it's an EOS one. That bot might not be written to work with that, and I never thought.
Hey,
of that.
QR code should just care about the URL, I think.
No, the guy who hooked me up with this little bot, I posted the link so you guys can click on it. The guy who hooked me up with this bot, the way he built it is whenever I post a claim link for a specific like string at the beginning, it'll turn it into a QR code image, and it'll display the image for the claimable item in a Google Doc folder, and then I use like my browser source on OBS to display that image from the Google Doc. And it just shows up whenever I post something in a Telegram chat on the screen. But I think it was because it was an EOS NFT. I'm trying to give away some of these wax ones as soon as Atomic Hub lets me. Watch. You got generate claim link, confirm.
Generate it.
I'm generating one. We'll see if that
Do it.
But yeah, so anyway, I wanted to wrap things up with that a little bit. You know, is it possible to see other blockchain NFTs on Atomic Hub, like Ethereum, with the bridge that has been built with Alien Worlds to Binance, or Binance Smart Chain NFTs on Atomic Hub?
Anything can be made, but how it seems to be for Atomic Hub by design is that they have EOS.Atomic Hub, they have Wax.Atomic Hub. My guess is that we will see multi-chain on NFT Hive first.
Okay.
Only because they updated everything to look forward. They had a new rebranding. They have a new domain. They have everything from Waxplorer to NFT Hive. So
and you can use Dust, by the way, right? Like you can.
Yeah, you can use Dust. You can use Feather there as well.
Wait, what's that?
Nice.
Why'd you gotta tell me that? Why am I
USDT?
Don't get him involved in
Tether. I thought the way he said it. Damn it, your accent. I got all excited.
No, I just wanted to highlight how excited you got. I thought it was
I heard. I was like, wait, there's another coin I can use besides Dust? No, so wait, I can actually use
Trillium as well.
You love shit coins.
You can use Trillium. No, for real, you can use Trillium.
Yeah.
Wait,
dope.
so I could sell my Ken Bozak NFT for Dust, Trillium, or Tether?
Yeah.
Why's you gotta say it so casually?
Damn.
How long has this been happening and I haven't known because I'm a
I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Okay, thank God it hasn't been that long. I mean, it has, but it hasn't. All right.
No, but what Roy has done, the lawyer, what he has done is he built an own smart contract for a marketplace where when you list them, you can say, I accept Wax, Dust, and Trillium for this, and then you have to place a price for them. Right now, you have to place a price for each of them. What I would love to see is they use some API that query the price, and you can say I list it for $1 and it's the same price for all of them, or if you list it at Wax and then it's the same, but that amount in the other currencies as well.
I like that, yeah.
That would be the next level, and I guess that's where we go in the future. But right now, when you list something, you can choose, I want to list it on, I accept Wax, and it costs 100 Wax or 500 Dust, or I don't know. Right now, I guess that the same in Trillium would be what, like 20 Trillium?
Yeah, 1-to-1 ratio coming soon.
We will see what happens tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't want to speculate, but I do have like a thought that what we're going to see tomorrow with Trillium is probably going to be unprecedented in the history of cryptocurrency and probably echoed around the mainstream. I have a feeling like Beeple broke into the mainstream. I have a feeling Alien Worlds is about to break into the mainstream. Like some real ridiculous shit. We'll see if
I have such a hard time to speculate there.
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. It could be, like a non-event, right? Mm. Like something that just like, there's like a big, lead up, not much of a climax. I predict, seeing their user increase, active user increase, the sales increase, the mining increase, and everything on top of that. That's not speculation. That's end users. They're not investors. They're like, not, I don't want to say customers. They're gamers. Like they're you know what I mean? Participants, right?
Yeah.
There's a totally different environment to that than anything that we've really seen happen before with like ICO success or other types of success.
You can't compare it really.
It's got this equation in Alien Worlds for this next couple of days, that's like nothing's ever This is the real big first. So
it's a proof of concept that we're about to
But
witness.
usually what
More than
happens when
anything.
Binance listings go is they go up in price and then they go down.
Right.
Is that something we will see, you think?
yeah, I think people will end up staking it more than they'll end up dumping it.
Yeah, because I don't
They're
think
players.
people understand
They're
that
actually using the game.
soon you can actually stake Trillium and
Decentraland.
earn dividends on it. I mean, as soon as Council is launched, the stake rewards will come. The planet, at least some of the planets will give out stake rewards.
Yeah, I told people if I get elected, we'll have Kool-Aid, but I don't know how far we'll get otherwise. Like, I'm not going to be... Everyone's like, oh, I'm going to vote. Like, please don't vote for me for any of it. I just, like, accidentally ran for council or something because I wanted to, like, have my NFTs mineable on my land. And then they were like, next thing you know, I ran for council accidentally because I was clicking through things and filling stuff out. And I was like, oops.
But you can get,
You're gonna
like,
accidentally win.
how many do you own land?
I only own one plot, and I have a land pack that I've been sitting on because I know.
Ooh.
That's my one Bitcoin right there, bro. Like everyone,
Yeah.
I got my land pack. And
No,
I'm
what you
up
can
to
do
the
is you can
diamond
talk to
hands.
Michael from EOS USA and use the AW Butler, so the Alien World Butler, and he can say that he can run scripts that will send out your NFTs to miners on your land.
Oh,
so
we're
you don't
doing
have to
that.
be in
We're
council.
doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
He has a service for it, and it's very cheap.
Yeah, I definitely hook him up for helping me with that, and I appreciate it for sure. And yeah, so he was helping me do it, and I guess like one of the things was just like run for council as like a setup process, and I didn't even know I was running until
All right.
somebody's like, "Dude, no, you're definitely running," and I was just like, "Oh." And I didn't see any dropout option, so like it's not like I can unrun for council now. I really hope I don't win, but I feel like the fact that I don't want to win may accidentally get me to win, and I just hope that doesn't happen because nothing will get done. It'll be the worst planet in all of Alien Worlds if I get elected.
Tell them to vote for me instead.
Oh, see, now I have, because Crypto Stash has Caveat as well, right?
Yeah,
See, I can, what do you vote with? Your stake, right?
yeah. Your CAV tokens.
I may have to delegate half of my Trillium to a friend.
You
so
can vote for
you.
2 people.
Wait, what? What kind of
Yeah.
government is this?
You need 5 people get elected. You need 3 to make any decisions. You can vote for 2.
Interesting. All right,
better than one.
You got one of my votes. You do have to be a little bit scared because I also noticed Blue Wizard's running right under us there. He's signed up.
Both those guys may or may not be in the Cabal alien group. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. So here's the thing with the Cabal and the Alien. Like, I kind of want Blue Wizard to win Cavian because it'll be like living on Santa Claus's fucking planet.
They're living in Oz.
Yeah.
He's the Wizard of Oz. I mean, come on.
I mean, it'll probably be techier cool if Anders and Stash win for sure, but the Blue Wizard would just turn it into a giant giveaway party, I know. But yeah, dude, so if anybody wants, they could go to Cavian3413, and if they mine, they can get my NFTs. And I hooked it up so they're going to get other shit too, like random stuff. So, I'll talk about that with you as soon as we get off the air. So,
Gang.
I wanted you to let people know about your slices real quick. We have a bunch of people still tune in. Guys, if you're watching on Twitter, please retweet this. I know we're running a little bit long, but I wanted to let you know that, Anders has NFTs, does slices, and does a lot of airdrops and things like that. So let people know a little bit about your NFTs and where they can pick some up and how you're using them.
Yeah, so I created Patreon / subscription service by NFTs. So I have an NFT for 10 cents, $1 or $10 that you can buy. And for that later, I mint NFTs that I make or that I pay a designer to make. And then I also airdrop from sponsors. And since I buy a lot of NFTs, I feel like, hey, I got a lot of extra and I send them out as well. So yesterday I sent out about 1,000 NFTs to the March slice holders. So yeah, that was a big chunk of NFTs, and some people are very lucky. I mean, there are packs. I sent out the Splinterland land. I sent out mint number ones of NFTs. I have a collaboration with the horrors. I sent out those animated ones and like a lot of cool NFTs, in my own opinion. And I try to be very clear with, if you buy them to support me. You do not buy them because you want your money back. But there's like, I send out NFTs, and if you like NFTs, you will like what gets dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that the other day when I went into your live stream and I tried the super chat, and you're like, "Nah, dude, I ain't giving YouTube any money." And I was like, "Well, how the fuck do I give you money?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you have NFTs." So I picked up one of each, and I ended up getting an airdrop right after, not too long after I picked one up. So I just wanted to say,
yes, you probably had one from March as well, then, or something.
Yeah, probably. I definitely,
because what I do is I let the month go. So in March, everyone has to buy it, and then in April, I airdrop to the March slice holders, because then everyone is sold. And in April, I let everyone buy them for as much as they want, and then I mint NFTs in May. And in May, like, I have done this since October, so I have done this for a while now.
Yeah, and I saw there's a few new airdrop tools too. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but people wanted to look into some of these things. I think, what is it? Nifty Blocks is one of the options, and Bounty Block, BLOK.
Yeah, they are great.
Yeah, they're amazing. So there's a few different options now, but these are kind of the tools you can look into. Bounty Block without the C, and Nifty Blocks spelled, correctly there. And yeah, you guys can check out some of the tools that you could use, to do airdrops. I want to get Anders on again because, dude, I love asking you all like the tough questions because you're really smart.
Beast. Yeah, I think you've enlightened a lot of people who are listening today and just kind of helped them understand what's under the hood without actually having to know what's under the hood. If that makes any sense. So I think it's awesome, dude. You're definitely.
I'm trying to break it down, so that's good. And everyone watching, go to my channel and like the last video. Like the last video.
The best vids for this kind of stuff.
Yes,
I posted the MLB video. Just go in and hit the like button. You don't have to watch it if you don't like, but just hit the like button.
Yeah,
he's the first person I watched on this stuff. Ken sent me his video, and I fell in love immediately. I learned the word schema for the first time, and and that was it. You had me at schema, bro.
You had me at schema. All right, we'll end it up on that note, bros. Go and check him out. It's it should. Well, I put his name in the title instead of his YouTube channel, but I'm gonna grab the link right now. It's Any Observation on YouTube. Yeah. So if you look up Any Observation or click on this link right here, it'll take you right to his Twitter account. That way you can give him a follow, and you can see his YouTube video if I click here and here. Boop. Copy. Wow. Let me get that link as well. And there you go. There's the link to the YouTube video. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't get the links to work for like the giveaways and stuff that I normally do. The claim links were kind of down, but tune in tomorrow and I'll give away like 10 of those $20 Finny coins. So we'll do like a $200 giveaway to make up for it tomorrow. Big shout out to Anders. Thank you. Shout out again to Any Observation on YouTube. Give him a sub. Give him a like. Shout out to Nathan. Go check out Super World. Big things are happening. As always, have a day.
Have a day. We love you. Bye.
Peace.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're 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 gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.